Let's talk about that bone-deep exhaustion. You know the kind, right? The one that no amount of coffee or sleep seems to touch. It's this feeling that so many of us have now, this sense of just being completely and totally drained. So let's get into the science behind exactly why you might be feeling this way.
Does this sound familiar? You make it to a long weekend, you tell yourself, okay, this is it. I'm going to catch up on sleep, I'm going to relax. But then Tuesday morning rolls around and you feel just as wiped out as you did on Friday. If you've ever wondered why that break didn't actually recharge your batteries, you are definitely not alone. And it turns out there's a powerful biological reason for that crash.
So here's the paradox at the heart of all this. During the week, your body is basically in fight or flight mode. It's pumping out stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to keep you going, to keep you alert. These hormones are so powerful they actually mask how tired you really are. Think of it like this. The exhaustion is building up in the background, but you just can't feel the full weight of it yet. Then, the weekend comes. Your brain senses the pressure's off, so it finally eases up on that stress response. And that's the moment all that backed up fatigue from the entire week hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yep, this whole thing actually has a name. It's called the letdown effect. It's why you always seem to get a cold the first day of vacation, or why you feel so drained on your days off. But listen, this isn't just about feeling a little tired. It's a critical signal, a warning light on your body's dashboard telling you that your entire stress management system is being pushed way past its limits. To really get what's going on, I want you to think about your body's ability to handle stress like a bank account. It's all about deposits and withdrawals, and trying to keep a healthy balance.
So, at its core, your body is always trying to stay in a state of balance. It's called homeostasis. You can think of this as your body's happy place. It's physiological zero balance, where everything from your temperature to your heart rate is just right.
But of course, life is never perfectly balanced, right? We've got deadlines, traffic, arguments, all sorts of stressors. So to get back to that happy place, your body has to constantly work and adapt. This active process is called allostasis. It's your body on the fly, shifting resources around to deal with whatever life is throwing at you.
Which brings us to the big question. What happens when your body is always in that adaptive state, when the stressors just never seem to let up? Well, that's when you start to accumulate something called allostatic load. This is literally the wear and tear on your body from being under chronic stress. It's the price you pay for constantly adapting. That, right there, is your total stress debt. So how do we get so deep in the red with this stress debt? Well, it usually happens in one of three ways. First, you're just dealing with too many stressors too often. Second, your body forgets how to turn the stress response off after the threat is gone. Like when you're still fuming about a work email hours later. And third, your body systems just get worn down and don't respond as efficiently as they should.
Okay, so your stress account is overdrawn. What are the fees for that? Well, just like a real bank, they're pretty steep and they show up in how you feel every single day.
And this chart? This shows one of the biggest overdraft fees of them all. See, in a healthy person, your main energy hormone, cortisol, should be high in the morning to get you going, and then it should slowly dip throughout the day. But when you have a high stress debt, that whole rhythm gets flattened. You wake up with low cortisol, which is why you can't even imagine getting out of bed, and you just kind of flatline all day, leaving you feeling completely drained from start to finish.
And that messed up rhythm, it leads to all kinds of stuff you're probably feeling right now. There's that letdown effect we talked about. There's something called social jet lag, that awful feeling you get from messing up your sleep schedule on the weekends. And then there's the whole list. Chronic fatigue, headaches, stomach issues, and even a higher long-term risk for really serious things like heart disease.
Now, this brings us to a really crucial and often misunderstood part of this whole problem. The people who are carrying the biggest stress debt are often the ones who, on the outside, look like they're crushing it. Welcome to the world of high-functioning burnout.
On the surface, everything looks great, right? You're hitting all your deadlines, everyone thinks you're super competent and reliable, you're taking care of your family, showing up for your friends, you don't miss a thing. People probably even tell you, I don't know how you do it all. But inside, it's a totally different world. You feel numb, just kind of flat. The hobbies that used to light you up now feel like another chore. You spend a lot of time just fantasizing about quitting your job or moving away or just escaping. You're irritable, you're cynical, and if you're being honest, you're just done. So listen, if any of this is hitting home for you, I really need you to hear this. You are not lazy. You're not failing. You're exhausted because your body is done. It's done surviving. The fact that you've pushed this hard for this long is a testament to how strong you are. But survival mode was never, ever meant to be a permanent address. So the big question is, how do we break this cycle? How do we start paying down this stress debt and actually truly start to feel rested again?
The key idea we need to talk about is margin. A physician named Dr. Richard Swenson described it perfectly. He said, margin is the space between your load and your limit. It's your buffer. It's the extra energy you have in the tank for when life inevitably goes sideways. Without any margin, even the smallest unexpected problem can send you wide over the edge into total exhaustion. And getting that margin back means we have to completely change how we think about rest. The goal isn't just to stop doing things, collapsing on the couch and scrolling through your phone. The goal is active recovery. And that means you have to intentionally fix the habits and the thought patterns that got you so exhausted in the first place.
So where do you even start? Here are 3 things you can do right now. First, get consistent with your sleep. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. This is one of the best ways to help fix that cortisol rhythm we saw earlier. Second, redefine what rest means to you. Maybe true rest isn't another hour of Netflix. Maybe it's finally saying no to that thing you've been dreading. And third, set and, this is the hard part, honor your boundaries. Make a promise to yourself to protect your time and energy, and then actually stick to it.
So I want to leave you with one final question to think about. The next time you find yourself taking a break, ask yourself this: am I just resting or am I truly recovering? Because understanding the difference between just pausing your exhaustion and actively healing from it, well, that could be the key to finally getting your energy back for good.